till the end. Don't need to pretend again and again. We'll stick together.
Hi guys, I'm David Dismanat, and today we're going to be taking a look at another Think Tank bag, or I should say the Modular Component Set V2.0. So it's a bunch of miniature bags for wedding photographers, action, GoPro users, and really anybody that does event photography as well is what this is going to be best used for, in my opinion. Now, before we dive right into this whole bag review, as you guys know, I do a lot of Think Tank bag reviews. I love them. I'm obsessed with Think Tank. I will also admit, and I've said this many times, I'm sponsored by Think Tank. They send me stuff out. They're great over there, great customer service, and so I'm a little biased towards them. But I think anybody that owns a Think Tank item is going to be a little biased towards them as well, because they make such a solid product. So you guys ready to see what's inside this bag? All the little tiny bags inside? Let's see. So let's open this bad boy up. So the first thing I'm going to pull out is the Think Tank Speed Changer version 2, and that's what it looks like right here. Next, we're going to pull out the strobe stuff right here, as you guys can see, and we'll set all these up. The Lens Changer 50. There's the Lens Changer 50. And the pop down version 2, which is going to fit a 7200 or something even a little bit bigger. We'll show you in a second. And of course, the carrying case for all. So this modular system is amazing. This is, like I said, it's going to be great for action photographers, wedding photographers, event photographers, and I even use the speed changer to deck out pretty much. I put all my GoPro gear in this bad boy right here, and I'm able to carry my GoPro kit inside of this bag right here. So let's grab a bag and let's have some fun, because I've got all kinds of stuff. You guys, I don't know if I've got this in frame or not, but all kinds of fun stuff we're going to jam into these bags. So let's start out with the pop-down version 2.0. Okay, so the really cool thing is that these work great with the Think Tank belt system. But if you don't own a Think Tank belt, I do. I don't know where it's at. I think I've lost it. So unfortunately, the next best thing is to just use your belt. The drawback to not using the Think Tank belt system is that when you're using your belt, you have belt loops, and so this can only move in between each belt loop, where if you're using Think Tank system, this bag can move all the way around. So you're able to move this back and forth. Again, this is going to be great for me personally, wedding shooting, because I use a 7200, a 24-70, a 85, a 35, and sometimes a 24 and a 14, right? So the main four lenses, though, are going to be the 35, the 7200, the 85, and the 24-70. So those are the main four lenses I use. So I use two bodies, so I'll have two of those lenses on each body, and then I will bounce between those lenses, and this has made it a lot easier to get to my lenses, and I don't have to send a second shooter to go get those lenses all the time. So let's go on and throw in the 70-200. So you can pop it in. I prefer to pop it in like this. It's easier to pull it out, switch lenses, and put whatever previous lens you had, go on and throw that back in the bag as you switch out the lens. You're able to, you have a little flap right here at the top, and you're able to, of course, cinch down the bag if you need to. In the front, you have these pockets. You can put all kinds of random things in these pockets right here. As you guys can see, pockets would be great for batteries. You could use this bag right here, and this is kind of one of the things, as it's called the speed changer, it would be great for batteries as well. But I find that batteries work great in these front pouches, or if I just put them in my pocket, as well as AA batteries for if you're using a speed light, or speed light for your camera. Okay, so let's look at some other cool aspects of this bag right here. So the Velcro is really cool how it works. And you guys can actually probably see just fine from this camera angle. And so you pull that off, and then you've got this little plastic piece, and this is going to go in between your belt and your Velcro system here, making sure that you get a better secure connection so that your bag is, well, pretty much going to be more secure and it's going to stay on there better. It's not going to flop around as easy. It's very frustrating if you're moving very fastly and your bag's kind of flopping around, right? You've got expensive camera equipment in there, so that's going to help stabilize it a little bit better. At the bottom, and at the very, very bottom, you actually get a rain jacket. Think Tank, you guys are awesome, man. I mean, putting a rain jacket even in a small bag like this, that is really, really cool. And there's a rain jacket in all of these little tiny bags. And then, let's say that you want to use something bigger than a 7200. Not an issue here. So we've got a zipper right here, and let's zip it off. And look at this. What? What the heck? You could actually probably throw a 7200 and like a 50 millimeter in here at the same time. Or you could shrink it back down, and I'm able to zip it back up. And it's really, really easy, as you guys can see, with the 7200 inside the bag. So how awesome is that? This is not just for a 7200. This is for something a little bit bigger. I actually haven't put anything bigger in there. Maybe a 1 to 600 would work in there. Maybe a 400. I don't know. Don't own a lens that large. Don't need a lens that large. But it definitely takes something bigger than a 7200. So that's pretty cool. So we'll throw that off to the side. Lens changer 50. All right, this thing's pretty cool. Pretty much same idea. You have the same Velcro system on the back with the plastic white piece to help stabilize and secure the bag to your belt or to Think Tank's belt. Again, you've got the 2 pouches on the front where you can put batteries of any sort and type, lens cloth, cleaning cloth. No telling what you might stick a gum, or a whole pack of gum. That's right, it could fit a whole pack of gum. Pretty cool. And I use this one for my 7200. It also works with your 24, 35, 50 millimeter. And some of those you might be able to put a couple of those lenses in one of these bags. Again, we can singe it down. At the bottom, we have the rain jacket, which is fantastic. And I guess technically, if you really needed to find room for something, you could probably fit something else down there with the rain jacket. The rain jacket is not taking up all the room in any of these bags. Absolutely love it. So we will move on to the strobe stuff. So as it probably sounds, you probably can put a speed light in there. Boom, speed light. Okay. I actually have not tried, but I bet, and I would put money on it, that you could almost jam 2 speed lights in there. They would be packed super, super tight, but you could do it. You could get 2 speed lights into this bad boy if you needed to. I've only got the 1 speed light. That's all I really use. I use a big strobe light, a portable strobe light when I do weddings as well. So the speed light's a little under, I guess the speed light is what I need when it's quick, but when I have time to set up and do shoots real quick, I have a second shooter, I have them hold the big strobe and I use that. Speed light's great for the actual ceremony when you don't want to be bringing out a big strobe. So again, you have this pocket up here in the front, and it's pretty large. As you guys can see, it really zips down, and we'll set this to the side so that you guys can see over here on our second camera. And look at that. You've got all kinds of room to put other stuff in there. Kind of like, that's right, we got batteries. Look at this, you can put these little batteries. So if you need, and I run through batteries. I probably go through, on an average wedding, 12 batteries off one speed light. So, and they secure in there pretty well. They're not coming out too easily. And you have another one of those same pouches here. And then you've got all kinds of more room here. So if you need to put other items, you have that option. And then you can zip it all up. Bada boom, bada bing. Again, got a little pouch at the bottom. It's going to be great for your rain jacket, because that's where it's hanging out. And this cool little bag. Like I said, this bag can be used for so many different things. What I would use it for, one, I probably would not use this bag for a wedding. We're going to talk about, out of these 4 bags, what I'm really using when I'm shooting a wedding or event, because I don't need all of these bags. It's more stuff than what I need to carry around. I guess sometimes you could say it's better to have more than not enough, but I've done enough event photography, wedding photography, and even sports photography to know pretty much what I'm going to need for the day or half day of shooting. So you have 2 pouches with this. You have a main compartment pouch, which could actually fit a 50 millimeter or 24, probably a 35 in there pretty comfortably. So you could put 2 more lenses inside this. 2 smaller lenses would fit inside this, which is fantastic. Or I jam my GoPro equipment into it. So like I've got a little GoPro here, and I'll just jam that into here with maybe a couple batteries. I do have this, mostly I use for my GoPro system. So I outfit it a little bit different than what I'm going to be showing you guys today. As well, I have transmitters for my speed light, and I'm just going to throw those in here. And so now you've got the GoPro and the transmitters. So now we can zip this closed and open up the next pocket, which is right here, and you've got all kinds of room in this pocket to work with. I mean, you can put so much stuff in here. I think it's great. I can throw a SD card holder, little thing to clean off the lens, little microfiber cloth. I've got 4 Canon batteries, and I've got room for pins. I could even throw a pencil in there if I really wanted to get a little risky. Throw a pencil in there with the pins, and all kinds of other knickknacks. Again, gum. Never know when you need gum. Some beef jerky. You get hungry during the wedding, you got to have something to eat. Close that off, and then in the front, again, we've got these 2 little pouches here, and we have this smaller pouch here if we needed to put something else. Maybe a white balance card if you want a white balance during the wedding for some reason. Again, I can do that. I do that automatically or by visual. But again, that's something small you could throw in there. And like every other bag, up and under here, boom. Yeah, that's right. We got a rain jacket. It's happening. You're protected from the rain. So this system is really, really cool. I'm going to talk about what I kind of use out of this system. I really don't use the strobe because the speed light, to be honest, I put the speed light on top of a body and I leave it there. And then I use one of these front pockets here, and that's where I put the extra batteries. So I really don't need this bag for wedding usually. So it's nice to have it, and I will probably use it in the future, but it's not something as of right now that I'm going to be using wedding to wedding. But I may have a need for it. So it's nice to have. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a wedding or event or something. You just never know when you need it. It's good to have it in your toolkit, as they say. This thing is awesome. I mostly use this, and I pack this into a bigger bag with other equipment, video equipment. This is my run and gun GoPro bag. I don't use this at all for like events or weddings because I don't have that many knickknacks, and it just weighs me down more. Again, with the speed light, again, it's nice to have extra stuff, but at what expense? I don't want to have any more weight on me than I have to, right? I've already got enough weight on me. I'm going to be on my feet anywhere from 4 to 8 to 12 hours. So I want to be light on my feet. So this is my GoPro bag. This is really where I keep all my GoPro equipment, and I love it. It works great. I've also used it to put. I have some Pro Gray filter sets, and I'm able to put a pretty good 4 or 5 filters, and then some connections to my lenses. So this also works secondary as a filter holder, which is fantastic. So the strobe and this, I just don't, these 2 bad boys are just not being used at most of my event photography. Now, these guys right here, I use every time because I'm running 1 or 2 bodies. Both bodies have a lens on them. Of course, if you're running around without a lens on your body at an event, shame on you. You're not going to get any good pictures. And people are going to think you're a little weird, just to let you know. So, again, I really like these 2. I just put them on my, I just have a belt. I was using a dress belt, which was thinner, and I feel like it didn't hold these as well. So I got because you know, again, when I'm shooting most events and weddings, I'm dressed nice. I have a button down, some slacks on. So I got a nice thicker dress belt. And not only is it's longer, but it's a thicker belt. And so that's what I attach these to. And I put them on each side of me. So I have one of these lens pouches or bags on each side of my hip. And again, I usually put extra batteries and stuff right there in the front, or a microfiber cleaning cloth. And then I'm able to switch out my lenses on my body. Is very, very easy. So I really think that this modular set this set is awesome. You may have more value for these other two bags over here. As of right now, they're fantastic bags, but for an event, I'm not using them for that. And you may have another need for this as well. So this may not be something that you're going to use for an event, for for weddings, for sports. You may have another need for this system. It's really cool. The system runs about, I think, 160 to 170. At the end of this video, when I talk about subscribing, which you guys should, because this channel is awesome, I'll add a link in for this so you guys can actually go link and check it out. It does help us if you do happen to purchase this through Think Tank, because we get a little commission off that. And then we use that commission, we usually just put it right back into more product reviews. So, or help videos. As you guys know, we do a lot of help videos here at Media Unlocked. So really, really impressed. Again, Think Tank has every time I ask for a bag, and usually when I'm asking Think Tank, if I hit them up, I'm like, hey, I need a bag. I actually have a reason why I need it. I don't just get bags to just do reviews. Every review that you've ever seen me do that is a Think Tank bag, one is, to this day, I'm using it day to day, or at the time, it was my go-to bag, or one of my go-to bags that I used on a very regular basis. So I don't just grab a Think Tank bag so it can sit on a shelf, if I can speak correctly. I grab the Think Tank bags from Think Tank when I need them for very specific reasons or jobs. Granted, it may only get used 3 or 4 times if it's a very specific job, but usually every Think Tank bag, and I have like 6 or 7 Think Tank bags, you should be surprised how many times I use each of those 6 or 7 Think Tank bags throughout the month. I have a couple that get used, I have like 3 or 4 of them that I almost use every day, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about carrying around equipment every day in 3 or 4 different bags, and they're being used at the same time every day. So I'm a little bit obsessed with Think Tank, but they just make such great quality equipment at what I consider to be very reasonable price, because I mean, this Tamron lens, you know, is a $1,500 lens, and so I want to put it in something that's not going to fall apart on me, and I drop it somehow. I want to put it in something that's going to secure my lens, because my equipment's really expensive. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review, as I hope you always enjoy our reviews here at Media Unlocked, and we will see you guys next time. Well, if you guys have made it this far, you know what that means. Time to hit that subscribe button, because our channel is awesome. Reviews, help videos for photographers, videographers. As well, we've got a link to I think one of our newest videos, whatever that newest video is that we've put out recently, and it's probably awesome, I'm just saying. And of course, for the Think Tank system here, there is a link as well, so you guys can go check that out, purchase it, help us out with getting a little of that commission. Anyways, guys, as always, we really appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us.